He did everything right. He compared himself to the best. He looked at who was faster, more successful, more confident, happier. He knew the names, the numbers, the achievements. He knew who earned how much, who lived where, who had achieved what by his age. And every time he closed the screen, he thought the same thing. I still have a long way to go. But at one point he did a strange thing. Not loudly, not dramatically. He simply stopped comparing. Not because he became stronger or better, but because he could no longer keep doing it. And right then, for the first time in a long while, he took a calm, full breath. This story is not about success and not about failure. It's about a person who lived for too long looking not at his own life, but at someone else's. He told himself it was normal. That comparison is a driving force, that without it, growth is impossible. That if you don't look at others, you might get stuck and fall behind. And he truly tried. He tried to fit in. He tried not to lag behind. He tried to be no worse than required and better than possible. He woke up in the morning and looked at others first. Someone had already achieved more. Someone looked more confident. Someone lived more correctly. Someone had a career, someone a family, someone the freedom he only dreamed about. He told himself, it's normal. Everyone compares. It's even useful. This is how I grow. But every time after that, he felt not growth, but heaviness, as if something inside him tightened, as if he was always late to a place he didn't even know the way to. He began to notice something strange. Even when something worked out for him, the joy was short-lived. It didn't have time to settle, because almost immediately, there was someone who did it better. Faster, brighter, louder. He didn't know how to be happy for himself. He only knew how to measure whether it was enough compared to others. Comparison didn't allow him to stop. It didn't allow him to feel the moment. It didn't allow him to say, this is enough. Even rest felt anxious. Even pauses felt like mistakes. Even silence felt like wasted time. He lived constantly at someone else's speed, with someone else's results, with someone else's expectations. He was running without knowing where exactly. The main thing was not to fall behind, even if the path was not his. He began to realize that comparison shapes not only thoughts, but the relationship with time itself. Every pause felt like a loss. Every slow step felt like an error. Time stopped feeling like it belonged to him. One evening, sitting in silence, he caught himself thinking. He couldn't remember the last time he did something simply because he enjoyed it. Not for usefulness, not for results, just because. Everything was not to be worse, not to fall behind, to measure up. Even desires started to look like checklists, even dreams, like tasks with deadlines. And in that moment, he understood. He was no longer living his own life. He was living a reaction to someone else's. His life had become a commentary on the lives of others. It wasn't a crisis, it wasn't a breakdown, it was exhaustion, deep, quiet, real. He didn't become better. He didn't become worse. He didn't become more successful. He simply stopped looking around. Not immediately, not perfectly, but he began. And something unexpected happened. Space appeared. Silence appeared. Not empty silence, but alive. A sense of his own rhythm appeared. Slow, uneven, real. He began to notice what he truly liked, and what he had been doing only because of someone else's standards. He realized that comparison takes away not only joy, but choice. When you constantly look at others, you stop asking yourself what you actually want. He stopped justifying his pace. He stopped explaining his path. He allowed himself to be at his own stage, at his own speed, with his own pauses. He understood this. Comparison has no finish line. There is no moment of enough. There is only an endless race. Comparison is not about growth. It's about losing focus. You stop living what you have and start living what you don't. You can achieve a lot, You can look successful, but still never feel alive. Because you're always looking not at where you are, but at where someone else is. He realized that refusing to compare is not refusing to grow. It's returning attention. When he stopped comparing, he took his first real breath, not because he became better, but because he stopped proving to himself, to others, to the world. He understood a simple thing. Someone else's life is not a reference point. It's just someone else's life, with a different rhythm, a different price, different circumstances, and maybe the only person you should ever compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. Or maybe not even that. Be honest, do you live your own life more often? Or do you constantly compare yourself to others? If you felt relief while listening to this, you're not alone.